Hey guys, Keith Engel for TGI Sports Talk right here on Northeast Streaming Sports Network. Guys, my weekly vlog. You know, I knew the nonsense would happen. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to New England and Foxborough State, Gillette Stadium and Foxborough this weekend to face the Patriots on Sunday Night Football. Look he gave you 20 years and 6 Super Bowl rings. There's nothing to boo Tom Brady about. He moved on for a lot of reasons. Don't boo Tom Brady. Tell me if you think you want to boo him. Surely share your thoughts on why I'm an imbecile here. Other stuff. And another thing about the game itself before I dive into some other stuff. The game itself isn't Brady against Mac Jones. Mac Jones is a rookie quarterback with 3 games under his belt who has a horrible offensive line right now and is being asked to do about what Tom Brady was asked to do in the year 2001. Not Tom Brady circa 2007. Okay? Let's get that straight. Now, this Belichick, is this Belichick versus Brady? Well, sure it is, just like it's any head coach and defensive coach against the opposing quarterback. Do they have a battle? Maybe so. Who cares? It's football. All we want to do is sell newspapers, and now we've got the stories because ESPN reporter, oh gosh, ESPN, there's a shock that ESPN is going to bash the Patriots, right? ESPN reporter Seth Wickersham has a new book coming out. How timely. It's better to be feared. And it's some of the behind the stuff, supposedly behind the scenes stuff of the Patriots' 20-year dynasty. And the big deal that's being made about this is about Robert Kraft supposedly calling Belichick. Well, let me give you the whole setup. And I think this happened in 2017. So it's a couple years before Brady ever left. Still winning Super Bowls, going to 2 Super Bowls, still winning, by the way. And we're talking about possibly the greatest coach of all time. And I'm quoting here. As for Kraft, in late September, he was in Aspen for a conference and bumped into a few friends in a hotel lobby early one morning, wrote Wickersham. He told them he was leaving later for Detroit, where the Patriots were playing the next game. I hate leaving here, Kraft said. You leave here, you leave some of the most brilliant people you've ever met. You pick up some knowledge from all of those brilliant minds, and I have to go to Detroit and meet with the biggest expletive in my life, my head coach. We don't know the context of that. He could have just got off the phone with a contentious phone call with Bill Belichick. Do you think Robert Kraft for a second doesn't respect what Bill Belichick has done for his organization? No. Do they have to be best buddies? They've been joined at the hip, for over 20 years now. 1999, 22 years. Robert Kraft doesn't disapprove of Bill Belichick, the coach. Maybe he doesn't like Bill Belichick, the person, but who cares? The same excerpt also talk about the fact that Brady had wanted to get out of New England since 2017 because he'd tired of Bill Belichick, and Bill is so negative, and that he'd reached an emotional plateau in 2017. I get it. Again, you count OTAs and mini camps and training camps and seasons and playoffs, and these guys are together 10 months out of the year. I get the fact that they didn't love each other at the end. What does it matter, though? This is all about selling books, and this is ESPN again taking shots at the Patriots and Bill Belichick, and in some ways they'll take it at Tom Brady. I haven't read the whole book. Do we need this to sell this game? No. Do we need ESPN writers? We all know ESPN's agenda when it comes to the Patriots and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft. They're trying to tear him down since 2007. gosh, I mean, comments taken totally out of context. I don't have any context for that comment. I've had people that I respect a lot that are difficult to deal with, whether it be work, whether it be personal relationships. And I've said similar things, maybe not out loud in my head at a minimum. But did I mean I don't respect them or even enjoy their company? Not necessarily. So this is totally out of context, and it's just like ESPN to do this type of thing. And it's just like the sources that have picked up the excerpts from this book to grab onto the sensational part, especially with the Patriots and Tom Brady hooking up for the first time since he left. Tom Brady left because he wanted to go. Tom Brady left because Bill Belichick really didn't want him anymore. Bill Belichick, I wish Tom Brady was still the Patriots quarterback. As a big Patriot fan, I still wish that. Not the case. I don't care anymore. I've moved on. Mac Jones is my quarterback. Now, Bill Belichick said all the things this week about Brady that he probably should have said to Tom 2 years ago. Because you know what? I love Tom Brady, but Tom Brady wants that pat on the back and felt he deserved it from Bill Belichick and didn't feel like he ever got it. The rings weren't enough. The year after year success wasn't enough. And I'm fine with that. He decided to move on and try something different. Wanted to see if he could win somewhere else. And guess what? Kudos to him. He did. Good for you, Tommy. But the constant dissecting of this, the relationship of this triumvirate is ridiculous. There's going to be frayed feelings and emotions and any other words you want to put to it when three people are thrust into this close-knit environment over a 20-year period. And that's what happened here. Plain and simple. Bill Belichick may be the biggest a-hole in the world. Doesn't take away from the fact he's one of the greatest coaches, if not the greatest coach in the history of the NFL. So again, when a book comes out from anybody that connected to ESPN, you know that they're going to spin this whole thing in a negative light. Take it for what it's worth. Will I read the book? Sure. Just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean I won't read it and see what kind of knowledge I can glean. Again, this is not even relevant anymore. It's over. It's to sell books. Great. We got to sell books. You got to keep the economy moving. I'm fine. That has nothing to do with this weekend's game. Nothing. Nor do I think it's a huge deal if Mac Jones goes in and lays another egg. I do not expect the Patriots to beat the Bucs this weekend. Not the end of the world. I said all along this will be a little. There'll be some bumps in the road early in this season for both the team and Mac Jones. This could be a big bump. I don't know. Last week was a big bump, but it wasn't all on Mac Jones. The offensive line didn't protect him. He was harassed nearly every single snap. Why the Patriots didn't try to run the ball, I don't know. But again, if they lose this game, it's not the end of the world. Again, I said there'd be some speed bumps and shaky moments for the team and for the quarterback early in the season, and they will get better and better and better. They'll be in contention for the playoffs at the end of the season, and they'll be a tough team to play in the playoffs, if not before. So tell me what you think about this whole thing, guys. Number one, you're going to boo Brady? You're going to cheer Brady. Brady, there's nothing to boo Tom Brady for. Any player who's given what he's given to this organization, and also, by the way, Aaron Rodgers restructured his contract year after year so he could get the team better around him. Didn't need to be the highest paid quarterback in football. Didn't need some of the things your ego seems to need. And that doesn't mean that Tom Brady doesn't have an ego, because obviously he does. But he did everything he could to make that team better, including the way he played the game. So there's no reason to boo Tom Brady tonight. But if you want to do it, tell me you're going to do it. I'd love to know why. Second, this whole Brady Belichick Kraft thing. It's overblown nonsense when it was happening. This type of thing happens in all kinds of organizations. It's only big news here because it's the Patriots, because it's Bill Belichick, because it's Tom Brady, because it's Robert Kraft. I had somebody tell me this week that Robert Kraft is whatever, he's lost it in his age with his wife being passed and all the things that have happened to him in the last 4 or 5 years. And Robert Kraft is a classy individual, got caught in a compromising situation in Florida. I have no excuse for that. There is no excuse for that, but it isn't. Do I believe that it's a, indication of who Robert Kraft truly is? No. Don't excuse it away, but I don't think that's a mark of exactly who the man is. Everybody's had their indiscretions in life, different types of indiscretions. The fact that he dates people 30 years younger than him, so what? So do a lot of old guys. And they don't all have money. This is a big game this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. We don't need all the nonsense around it. It'll take place. We don't have to build up drama for this game. There's enough drama already. We already know the stories. We know the players. We know the things that happened and went down. We don't have to enhance them. Are you really telling me anything new when you tell me that at some point in time, Robert Kraft had a derogatory mark about Bill Belichick? No, that's not new news. But it also doesn't take away from the fact that I guarantee you Robert Kraft respects Bill Belichick and what he can give to a football team as their head football coach and what he's done for this organization. So to try to paint that in a different picture, which is exactly what Wickersham is trying to do in this book, is nonsense and just more of the ESPN crap that they've been putting out about the Patriots for 15 years. Trying to tear that organization down. Hope you disagree with me. I hope you Patriot haters will reach out and tell me why I'm wrong. And I hope you Patriot lovers either agree with me or you can disagree with me as well. You might be mad at Tom Brady. You might be mad at Bill Belichick. But let me tell you this as I close out. The reason the Patriots were successful was because of Bob Kraft, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. There was a lot of pieces around them over that 20 years, but they're the three constants during that 20 years. And they could not have done it the way they did it without all three of them, in my mind. The reason they split is also because of the three of them. Brady's being burned out emotionally, dealing with Belichick day after day. The way Belichick approaches and treated Tom Brady like everybody else, God forbid. And Kraft and Belichick butting heads about Brady. That's why he's calling him a a-hole in 2017, because at that point in time was about the time Tommy wanted to get out of here, and Bill Belichick was thinking about moving him out of here. So everybody deserves some of the blame, and none of this is new. None of this is new. So let's play the game Sunday. Let's enjoy it. Let's not judge Mac Jones about how he compares this week against Tom Brady. Let's look at Mac Jones after 20 plus years and see where his career stands then. Tell me what you think. You agree, you disagree? Keith Engel, TGI Sports Talk, and enjoy the game Sunday night. I know I will. It's going to be fun. Maybe the Patriots can shock the world.